I call the Honourable Member Kamaljit Singh Bakshi. Sat Sri Akal.
Sat Sri Akal, Mr. Speaker. First of all, I would like to congratulate the sponsor of this bill, Louis Wall, for bringing up this issue to the Parliament. And above all, I think the biggest acknowledgement goes to Sullivan, because it shows her respect to her parents. I think this bill, when it was introduced, as the chair just now mentioned, Honourable Ruth Dyson, that it looked like the very simple bill which will go through quickly and come back to the Parliament, reported back to the Parliament. But as this bill progressed, many more technical issues came up which were dealt very cordially with this select committee. I would like to acknowledge the advisors to this bill who helped us to make sure that this bill passes through the Parliament with all those answers available for Rowan Sullivan. This bill is a reminder, Mr. Speaker, that quite frequently the government can and does have a significant positive effect on people's lives at a very personal level. Thereby, sir, it is important that we in this House do not forget our duty to handle these cases with respect. Mr. Speaker, here I would like to also acknowledge the Government Admin Select Committee, who has dealt with many issues in this term, whether it was marriage equality bill, whether it is in process of paid parental leave bill. We have learned a lot in this term in this select committee, and I acknowledge the members of this select committee from which I have learned a lot. I feel that every day when I come to the Parliament, I learn something new which is unique, and I acknowledge all the members contributing in this House. The matter arises because of the Marriage Definition of Marriage Bill Amendment Bill Act passed, after which the same-sex couple are able to marry and therefore make application to adopt children. Had Diane Sullivan and Doreen Shield been able to legally marry, as the law now is, they would have been able to jointly apply to adopt Rowan. If this had occurred, they would both have been named as parents on her birth record. Here I would like to acknowledge both the parents, Mr. Speaker, because it is their growing up what they have given to their daughter, and she has really made a point and effort to bring this issue to this Parliament so that both the parents are mentioned on her birth certificate. And this is a good growing up of a good culture of the family, which I think Rowan has received from both the parents. The Marriage Definition Amendment Act 2013 now requires that the Registrar General of Birth, Death and Marriages to record the Diane Sullivan and Doreen Shield as Rowan's parents. Mr. Speaker, I think this is an important piece of legislation to ensure the New Zealand, its citizens keep up with the time and reforms where there is a need to. We always have been an open-minded society, Mr. Speaker. We have always listened to what citizens of this country want. Due to our nature, Mr. Speaker, since 2005, New Zealand law has allowed both same-sex parents of New Zealand-born children conceived through a assisted human reproductive technology produced to be named on the child's birth record. The change was retrospective so that pre-2005 New Zealand birth registration record can be amended on application at any time to include both same-sex parents' details. There is absolutely no doubt that this law change will bring smile on the Sullivan family. Mr. Speaker, can I share that the law already contains rule for changing a birth record in other circumstances, including but not limited to the situation where a parentry order is obtained, an individual changes his or her name by statutory declaration, an individual undergoes gender reassignment. However, Mr. Speaker, may I share that the bill does not create a precedent for other individuals seeking to change their registered birth record. The bill applies only to Rowan Sullivan because of her situation, which has itself arisen from a unique combination of circumstances, including her birth overseas following a AHR procedure, which meant her parents was not registered in New Zealand. The key consideration is that 19th August 2013, married same-sex couples can adopt jointly. If the Marriage Amendment Act had been in place before Diane Sullivan died, the train of events given rise to the bill could have been avoided. Mr. Speaker, the bill does not change the adoption order itself because to do so could set a precedent for other situations where a deceased individual has not indicated an intention to adopt. Before I conclude, Mr. Speaker, once again, I would like to congratulate Rowan Sullivan for her courage and for her commitment to both the parents to get their name on her birth certificate so that she can live with the pride that she has acknowledged her parents in due course. With these words, I commend this bill to the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I call the honourable member